Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom. Tiamat, Valerie, Ames, whatever. This is going to be a very special reading coming from the Isis Oracle deck for this full moon's energy. Reading from Isis. So what I'm getting ready to do is, I'm sorry it's so dark in here. I've got lights on. It's getting ready to storm. I got cold. It's just what it is, beloved. So I am going to begin this reading by lighting a candle. From an incense stick. There we go. And we'll put that back in there and move it out the way, and we'll put the candle over here. There we go. Just to get some illumination. Let it be, mama. Let it be. Let it be, let it be. Before, excuse me, sorry. Before I got ready to do this reading, I was compelled to pull a card from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. This is that deck. There you go. And I don't know if you can see them. They're riding a unicorn. That is so powerful to me right now. But getting to it, the card that came flying from the deck onto the floor, and I had to go up under the desk to get it. Had to work to get it. I'm sorry about this lighting, beloveds. It just is what it is. Easy does it. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. I love those colors that he has on. I love the belt, the sash, and I love these deep purple orchids that are over here. There are 3 of them that can be seen. Powerful, 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 powerful. Some are more purple and some are more pink. And the sash he has on is maroon. His wings are a aqua color, and his robes are I would say a turquoise. And the baby that he's holding has on like a sky blue diaper. So this is beautiful. Let's see what Easy Does It says. Easy Does It is a 38, which is an 11. Beloveds, there have been a lot of 11s. 11s are doorways, they're gateways, they're openings, they're windows. That means everything is lining up celestial for you, and it's inviting you. So here we go. 38. This card is a reminder to stop, slow down, relax, and breathe. Archangel Raphael says that you've been pushing hard against the grain of life with an exhausting effect. Therefore, he's guiding you to take it easy and give any worries or cares to him. That was the reading from the previous reading to this, beloveds, with the vortex readings. to take it easy and put your worries down at Mama's feet. Sometimes situations resolve themselves when we walk away from them. So this card is also a message to retreat for a while. This may involve taking a trip to a relaxing locale, or it could mean detaching from a situation until movement occurs. This first thought that comes to your mind, the first thought that comes to your mind is guidance from above. So whether it's just detaching from a situation or waiting until there's movement in that situation, either from yourself or from the other person or the other situation or whatever, trust the first thing that comes to your mind, to your gut. Trust your instincts, beloved, is what this is saying. Excuse me. Possible specific meanings. Practice stress relieving measures such as meditation, massage, or yoga. And beloveds, in that first one, I gave you the meditation that Mama said to use to learn to ground yourself and center yourself and get yourself into that sacred space and get used to what it feels like and get used to the power of you placing yourself in that. Whether you see it as a spiritual timeout or go to your corner or whatever, put yourself in that place. That is removing yourself from overreacting, we'll put it that way, or being influenced negatively. It's removing yourself from that situation. It's taking your energy from that. And that's protecting yourself. And that's what we need to do. And we need to put ourselves first. So remove yourself from that situation, place you in a sacred space, and allow the healing to take place. That is what this card is saying. That is what Archangel Raphael is saying. He will be there in that space, and he will receive you as that divine infant that needs comfort and that needs inspiration and motivation, and you can do it. You know, just 1, 2, 1, 2. Possible specific meanings. Practice stress relieving measures such as meditation, massage, and yoga. Get some sleep. Let go of stressful situation or relationship. Since easy does it is a slogan of Alcoholics Anonymous, this could also be a sobriety message. Think and say kind and gentle messages about yourselves. Beloveds, when I say addictions have been coming up a lot in the readings lately, so has codependency. And all of this, what all of this is, as I use it to take the temperature, is we are in really dysfunctional relationships. We are in a really dysfunctional space within our infancy right now. And we need to realize that as we are evolving, that we are getting ready to face whatever dysfunction that seated itself in our divine inner child. We're getting ready now to face that and to deal with that and to go in there and rescue that child and to put him or her in the care of Archangel Raphael. And that is where the healing will take place on a collective as well as individual level with Archangel Raphael. So when you need that healing energy, when you're wore down, Archangel Raphael. When you are spiritually at your limit, Archangel Raphael, connect. Give him that child. Give him that part of you that is tired. Allow him permission to take that child and hold it and comfort it and soothe it and speak wisdom into it and place it back inside of you. Or if that part of you is no longer serving and it is best left in his care, you are not abandoning that part of yourself. You are giving it over to a protector energy. that can transmute it, that can heal it, and that can restore it when it's time, because it'll be transmuted, it'll be healed. It'll be a portion of you that you receive back into your mature self that has matured with Raphael. Okay. Think and say kind and gentle messages about yourself. Understand that you are an infant, that you've been an infant. No matter what your age is, it's a number. But in the cycles and seasons, we are infants now. And we are just now crawling up upon the land, so to speak, and realizing who our mother is. And we're crawling back to her nature. And we're going back and connecting and communicating with that nature. And we're doing it to bring about healing, multi-dimensional healing. And we are the ones that are here to do this at this time. And it is not coincidence. Get out of your head, get into your heart. Let go of the survival thinking. Let go of the I need to defend myself and protect myself thinking. That is where I am now. And every time my mind, I'm looking at the pattern. And the ego mind just wants to keep taking me back there and say, but they did this to you. And you need to stand up. You being a punk by not doing it. Higher self is saying they are just as damaged as you are. Only they don't know how to do what you're doing. They're trusting in their own progress, their own path, their own way. And you are not to judge that way just because it conflicted with yours. So, move on. Let it go. Let them lay their burden down. You can't lay it down for them. You can't make them put it down. You can't make them even see that it is something that they are carrying, that they've been carrying for a while. Many will say, oh, I know myself. You can't tell me nothing about me. Maybe you need to listen to you more and tell you some more about you. Maybe you need to reflect a little bit more. Maybe those places, those hurt places and spaces, you need to go back and reassure and re-empower those parts of you that were broken, beat down, or told they were not, they could not, they should not. You are no longer that being. You are maturing. You have crawled from that womb, and you are now recognizing the mother within yourself, the divine within yourself. And you're reaching to that divine and saying, dry me off, keep me safe and warm because, whew. Okay. This is the prayer. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. And beloveds, no matter what you need to do to keep grounding yourself, keep grounding yourself. And no matter how many times those negative thoughts of what took place or what happened or what somebody else did or blah, 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 that's your lesson. And that's why you keep thinking about it. And that's why it's weighing on you, because it has a gift of abundance for your spirit. It has a new step for you to step upon to ascend into a deeper frequency of yourself. But you've got to let go of your self-judgment and your self-doubt and your thoughts that somebody can't even come up against you. They're not coming up against you. They're coming up against the spirit that lives within you. And if that spirit is the truth, baby, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to do nothing but let the truth will defend itself. It will defend itself. You don't have to say not one nary word. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody, because the truth is the truth, and it can't be denied. It can be ignored, but it can't be denied, baby. The truth is the truth, and the truth will set you free each and every time. Okay, Mom. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. This is the reading for the Isis Oracle. And, beloved, some of these cards came 2 days ago. These 3 cards. And I don't know if they are repeat cards or not, but these are the cards. And what I'll do is I'll read each one of them. And the last 2 cards, I will let you know when I get to them, because those are the cards of today. These last 3 cards, what I'm getting about them is this is what has been going on since the alignments have began, and the times that we're getting ready to go into will be from those other 2 cards. But this is what has been happening. And it starts off with the Lunar Queen. How appropriate is that? The Lunar Queen. Crook and flail, baby. You see that snake up here on the top of her head? The jet. Alright, let's get to it. The Lunar Queen. $200, which is a 2. She is the celestial crescent. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis, as Lunar Queen, understands the cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might and will power, to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. And I just want to say, for many of us, this is our pattern. This is our habit. Especially if we grew up in dysfunctional homes, especially if we have been single mothers, single women, or children of single mothers and children of single women, whether they've been divorced or not. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully to a greater effect. And what I was just shown what I was just shown is a swimmer. Dives into that water, takes off swimming, and they have to regulate their breath with their stroke. They have to coordinate that, and there is a contraction and an expression going, an inhalation and an exhalation going, and that is the rhythm, beloveds. And you have to be aware of the rhythm in your life. Your rhythm of breathing is relevant to the cycles and seasons that are happening at the moment. And sometimes it may be what you think summer, but it's actually fall. You're actually going through a fall season or a winter season inside yourself, or your spiritual awakening, or where you are and what you're enduring. You need to be aware when you're in a dry spot or a dry spell within yourself, when you're starting to feel certain ways. Understand that you've entered a cycle and a season or a pattern, and that you need to find what you need to do to step up outside of that, to awaken from that. Because it's habit, it's tradition, it's almost your natural thing to just go there because that's what you've always done. But in being a new reborn person, you have to design a new system now. You have to divine and decide and create and give birth to new ways to comfort yourself, to incubate yourself, to protect yourself, to allow yourself to give abundantly. You've got to do all of that, beloved. If you're a new being, do it. You're a new baby. You've got to be new. You need it. You know. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. So when we do this, beloveds, when we give ourselves that time to relax, reflect, revise, revitalize ourselves, renew ourselves, resurrect ourselves, we are actually showing ourselves unconditional love by doing that. The celestial, so don't let others tell you, oh, you're antisocial, or you're an introvert, you're an extrovert, you're this or that, blah, blah, blah. Know thyself. Love thyself. Know what to do for you. And be able to tell somebody, this is not about you. This is about me. Me being here for me. Just like I'm always there for you. I need to be here for me right now. And you need to be okay with that, and you need to let me do that, okay? And if you feel that you can't let me do that, I'm sorry. But I'm taking myself over here. I'll be over here. I'll be over here, okay? Chilling. Just let me chill. Let me reflect. Let me, do what I need to do. And don't worry. When I come back to you, I'll be 10 times stronger, baby. Don't worry. Bet on me. Because you will have used what was in that compost. You will have, nurtured yourself. You will have transmuted what you need to transmute. And now you're fertile again. You're ready to get pregnant with all kind of thoughts and ideas and produce and everything so you can have that harvest. Once again, we do that as women. 24. Okay. 6. The celestial crescent is the moon of her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Just as I said I was cold, listen to that. Listen to that. Why are you going to be walking around cold when you can do something about it? If you're cold, you're cold. I don't care if it's 90 million degrees outside. You listen. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity and more rest? Do you need to be actively creating but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state. You know you best. You know what under what circumstances you work best. When you are most connected with yourself. Where you give your best love is when you're not stressed out or nobody's putting pressure on you to perform or to do something or to act a certain way or to be something that you're not. Be who you are. Be comfortable there. Empower yourself there and just exist in that place and stand on it. Stand on it. That is your truth. You don't need to defend yourself. Let everything will unfold. Believe me, everything will unfold and everything will work itself out. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in, and my children tell me I am a control freak, and I've never seen that before. And I never saw it before because I'm looking out for you. I know more than you do. I went through more than you do. I'm trying to save you. You hard-headed, ungrateful, blah, 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 blah. But they're like, and then I had to step back. You know, and these past 3 years, like I said, I've been looking at so much. And I realized that my mama couldn't tell me nothing at that age. I thought I knew more than she did. And what she was telling me was the truth. What she was trying to give me would have saved me if I had accepted the lesson. But no, I had to bust my head down to the white meat. I had to learn through my own experiences. You know, life had to teach me. Life taught me, baby. And I learned. And I share those life lessons. I share them. But no matter how much you share them and how much you think somebody else should listen, they may not be at a place where they can hear you. They may not be that person that can learn that way. They may be like you. They got to bust their head down to the white meat to get it. So you got to let them have their process and procedure just like you did. Don't deny them that because you think you're looking out for them. No, they may need to fall to know what falling feels like, to know that they can get back up. Let them complete the process. If they're that chrysalis, let them turn into that butterfly. I know it kills you to watch them hurt, but that's where we are. You got to think, I want you to think of this as Mama looking at us, everything that we're suffering, the whole planet and everything, and understanding that through her unconditional love, she is allowing us the experiences that we need in order to know who we are, and that we can empower ourselves, and that we can manifest the hell out of some situations, okay? And that there is nothing we can put ourselves into that we cannot remove ourselves out of. Very important to know, because some of us get so comfortable in that stuckness because we're used to it, and it's comfortable being stuck. You know, it is not the best place, but at least I know what this feels like. You know, life has taught me that this is, I'm familiar with this. I know how to deal in this realm. I can work in this realm. You know, can't nothing touch me in this realm. I got this. I know how the game works. I can play in this field. You know, I'm a master in this one. I got this. That's not living. That's existing. That's playing roles. That's imitating life. That's not being your authentic self. That's not manifesting the truth. If you can't manifest the truth, me as a sacred woman, I have nothing for you but love and respect on your evolution of spiritual maturity. And I send you love and light, and I let that go. And that's all I can do about that. And you have to be good with that, beloveds. You really, really have to be good with it. And that is how you love with no attachments. That is how you love with no expectation. And that is how you heal quicker, easier, and can move on from one situation into another one. Because you had no attachment to that. You had no expectations from that. You were there. You were present. You were unfolding. You were evolving. You were being. You were being 100. You good. No matter what you learned, no matter what you went through, no matter what happened, your truth is your truth. But understand this, the other person's truth is also their truth, okay? And you just have to let it go. It's not for you to do no more than what you did. It's no more for you to understand that person. Understand, like I said, the situation was contracted a long time ago by your highest self. And you need to give to that. You need to surrender to that and make peace with it and move on. And that's how you attract with the law of abundance and the law of attraction. By filling your mind and your spirit and your soul with the things that feed you, you attract them to you, you know? You attract better lessons. You attract the comfort. You attract the love. You attract what you need to you because you know you've experienced attracting what you don't want to you. So figure it out. Figure it out. Do something different. It's you that has to do something different, not them. It's you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to shut up, but y'all know I get to talking and it's on and popping. Okay. I'm just gonna dive back in right here, and I know I read this like 50 times, but 51. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating, but from a more relaxed and rather allowing than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. These cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom and the guidance of your own body wisdom for the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. And sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times are dark moon energies. The times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishing and percolation. That is where we are right now. We've been through so much. We're being told to just, we've worked it, baby, we've worked it. You know, those muscles need to relax now. We flexed. You know, it's time to chill out now and just cool out and be. The other times when you feel the inner oven timing has rung and it is time to get that delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold, and take steps. These are full moon energies. This is why you are receiving this video right now, because these are full moon energies, baby. Your body will help you know where you are at and what you need. The flow between the dark moon and full moon and all phases in between is constant. In allowing that flow, even several times in a day or an hour, you will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest creative project after creative project. Should you so choose, you will feel great inner harmony, wellness, and connection. This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view what constitutes productive behavior. Never let somebody tell you that you're not doing enough, or that you're not moving fast enough, or that you ain't doing something right. Listen to your inner voice. If your inner voice tells you go slow, slow and steady wins it. If they're showing you that tortoise in the hair, slow and steady, baby. Slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. And somebody else, come on, you going too slow. You come on, come on. Come on, Willis, come on. You got to say, nah, 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 I'm good. I'm going to keep moving just like I am, because this is how I need to do me. You know, if you that rabbit and you need to be going 90 miles an hour, you go ahead, baby, knock yourself out. I'm good. I'm going to keep moving my little 2 miles, you know. I'm good. I'm good. The Lunar Queen is quite a radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdoms and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom. As you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. The oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed. To honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. If you have been wanting to create something or feel frustrated in your creative enterprise, the Lunar Queen Oracle also contains the message for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is stirring in your unconscious, and soon it will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act. But for now, have patience. There can be much inner work required before the relatively swift outer work of bringing the creative impulse into form even begins. Such is the natural creative flow at times. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine, like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdoms and supported by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen Lady Isis. And I'm going to read this. This will be the only ritual. Well, I'm saying that now, but we'll see. Rest quietly in a space where you will not be disturbed and close your eyes. Imagine that you can travel behind your eyes and find a vast, black, open, endless space there. Deeper and deeper you travel within, following the movement of the breath and going farther within your own vast awareness, away from the everyday world. One of the ways I do that particular visualization meditation is to see myself going into a movie. a movie place, auditorium, whatever you call theater, whatever you call it. You're the only one there. It's dark black. The movie hasn't started yet, but you are finding your seat where you'll have the best advantage point, and you're waiting for the movie to start. That is how you do this visualization. In the darkness of your own inner vastness, there is a soft light of a crescent moon. You sense the soft outline of its glow, and it makes an arc-like movement, growing in size from a slight crescent moon towards fullness, until it is a softly glowing disk of the full moon in the sky. Feel the joyful light of the full moon. You notice that the moon begins its next phase, decreasing slowly to a tiny slither in the sky once more, and then apparently disappearing altogether as a dark moon, not visible at all. Then the process starts again. Observe the process, feeling it, seeing it, sensing it, and affirming it within your own being. Feel the peace that you sense within you as you realize the regularity of the moon phases. No force is required. They just happen. When you are ready, become aware of your forehead. Imagine that there's a crescent moon resting on your forehead for a moment, and then simply focus on your breathing. Become aware of your body once more. When you are ready, just open your eyes. Incantation of the Lunar Queen. You may say this incantation to begin the ritual above, or as an independent practice to support you when you need the inner strength to give yourself permission to rest, to replenish, to be patient, to allow things to cook, to balance rest with activity, and to find your inner flow. The Lunar Queen, Lady Isis, Goddess of Night. It's so funny because I just pulled the Queen of the Night last night on Facebook. Help me now to follow the neutral light of the shining moon in all her flow. I release force and fear. Help me let go. Guided by the crescent moon, now I am open to receive great boon. I'm going to show you this card again, beloveds, because as you can see, she's not holding it cropped tight to her chest. She's got her arms spread out. They're mantling. And she's using these tools in a way with this full moon energy. They are part of her. They are an extension of her right now. They are not separate things from her. Okay, the next card. Divine Sunchild, Blessings of the Sun Falcon. Divine Sunchild, Blessing of the Solar Falcon. 55. Oshun. Oshun all up in there. All up in there. Okay, 50. Blessings of the Sun Falcon. Blessings of the Sun Falcon, the Divine Sun Child, Horus, son of Isis and Osiris. Flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the Sun Falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is being born. It is your time to burn bright. Woo. Woo. Okay. Sorry. The tapping. This is natural for me. This is how I've always comforted as a child, put my hand over my heart or by my heart or up under my arm or whatever. And I asked Spirit, what is this? What is this hand under my arm? This is the most comforting thing in the world to me. Okay? On a subconscious level. And I asked Spirit, what is this? What is this? And I was told, as a child, you would scream and cry and want to be picked up. This was you. This was you being picked up. This is what you attach that comfort to. This is what you have strung. This is how you self-comfort yourself, by sitting here going like this and going like this. This is how you comfort yourself. This is how you pat yourself. This is what you do, And it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody because each of us process things differently. But when Spirit gave me the understanding of what the hell, this was, why I needed to put my hand right here or up under my breast, or what the hell, that is about women. If you've had babies, if you've been pregnant, you will find yourself folding your hands up under your breast and putting them on your belly, even if you ain't got no belly, okay? That is your most comfortable thing. Or when you want to be in your power, that's what you do. You cross them arms right there, because that's life. You protecting life. You aware of life. That is a sign of your empowering yourself. So understand, all of these things have deep psychological meanings that impact yourself. This, like I said, this is a habit. That's a habit. This is a habit. When something affects me, it's a habit. And I'm starting to want to know, I'm observing these things from a much deeper place. And I'm beginning to understand that, Valerie, you're Dorothy. You didn't have the damn shoes on all the time, girl. You just running around think everybody else know more than you do, because you were taught to shut up and not trust yourself. You were taught not to tell nobody what you saw and all of this and all of these things. And you comforted yourself in these ways when it was most natural for you to speak and you knew that you couldn't. You comforted yourself in these ways. So, beloveds, we all have these little, some people call them idiosyncrasies, or we all have these little habits, these little things, the way we support ourselves, find them, explore them, understand what they actually mean. And the more you're able to, and ask Spirit to explain it for you, break it down for me, Spirit, and Spirit will. Okay, let me keep moving. Got more cards to do. Horus, the divine sun child, and here I am. Okay, let me ground myself, beloveds, because let me take another sip of water, because yeah. There wasn't a sip. I needed more than a sip. Sorry. It is what it is. Okay. Again, this is the card, beloveds. Hey, this is the card, and let's get into the reading of it. Divine Sun Child, Blessing of the Sun Falcon. And I know I'm starting over, but it is what it is, and y'all need to hear it again just like I need to read it again, okay? So deal with it. Blessing of the Sun Falcon, Divine Sun Child Horus, son of Isis and Osiris, flow to you now, beloved initiate. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright and without veil, just like the midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. Blessings of the sun falcon herald the time when your divine legacy is being born. It is your time to burn bright. Horus, the divine sun child of Isis and Osiris, was born out of impossible circumstances. Through the great devotion of his mother Isis and her loving determination to heal her husband and bring him back to life to eventually become king of Egypt, defeating dark forces that would seek to destroy him and all that he loved with great triumph. It is a story of the divine hero of Egypt. And beloveds, one of the things that has come to me in my downloads has been to re-examine the story of Mary Shelley, Frankenstein, and to understand how that relates to Isis and Osiris, and also to understand how Frankenstein was about his identification with himself and with that in the world that he had been born into or created into, and how he knew he didn't fit, and what the confusion and the doubts and all of this was. We learn through story. Stories are archetypes. Learn to identify them. Learn to recognize them, no matter what shape or form they take, no matter what interpretation or expression that they're given. Recognize the energy of it. Recognize the value of the spiritual energy of it. Recognize the message. Recognize that it came from an ancient messenger and this is just another person's interpretation of it, another breakdown of it, another way to get the story out without having it be suppressed. It is also a metaphor for our inner world. Our divine feminine must stay true to her values of love, healing, and the triumph of creativity over destruction born of fear and hate. Female Frankenstein, his wife. She must never give up her belief in her ideas. Our divine feminine is our body, whether man or woman, our inner values and the ideas that make our hearts beat stronger and feel right within our belly. With such love for her inner divine masculine, she never gives up on her belief in him either. And in her desire for their togetherness, it leads to his healing, even if he has been lost, fragmented, and thought dead. The divine masculine is our spirit, whether woman or man, that our body desires to unite with, to help it come to life and light in a new and blissful way. The love in our hearts calls our spirit home into our bodies. We become able to stand firm, take action, and I'm just trembling. Sorry. The love in our hearts calls our spirit home into our bodies. We become able to stand firm, take action, and make choices that allow our inner ideas to become part of our world. We live according to our values, not just hold them inside of ourselves. Finally, as our divine feminine and masculine unite within our bodies, a new golden consciousness is born. This is the sun child, Horus, with an eye that is the moon and an eye that is the sun, representing the perfect balance of masculine and feminine in harmony with each other. The divine sun child is the new self, filled with love, light, and power in the world. It is the authentic self, living the inner truths in the outer world. I got to say that again. The divine sun child is the new self. It's that reborn self that you gave birth to. When you allowed that other part of you to die, this part was born from it. This is Isis, doing her thing and creating this child from this dead masculine in you that you have, that has, allowed itself to be harmed, to heat, Okay, let me move on. So much is flooding. Okay. The divine sun child is the new self filled with love, light, and power in the world. It is the authentic self living the inner truths in the outer world, an agent of healing on this planet, an inspiration for others to be bold, brave, and vivid enough to walk their own path, to eventually receive the same blessings. As the sun falcon with a burning golden solar disk above his head, he descends to you now, blessing you with great light, good tidings, and great potency to manifest your life's legacy, that which has meaning and preciousness to your heart and soul successfully. He is the sign that your heart needs to know it will triumph. The solar principle for which he stands honors creativity and light in all forms: music, art, writing, and more. What is in your heart? Are you building a spiritual legacy in your life now? Even if from seemingly small or impossible beginnings, great things are possible for you and your creative spirit. To allow these sacred blessings to empower your creative birth now, in many ways, you are guided to let go of thoughts or feelings that it is impossible or too hard or cannot be done. Honoring the need to create as part of your natural life expression is a way for you to receive these blessings. You are born to shine like the sun. Ooh, mama, mama, mama. You just are, and there is no question that it will happen. This oracle of the sun falcon can also indicate a new life.